My name's Fritz. Most people know me as Fritz. Started off with an account, Fritz22. Recently, last few months, I've changed to a different account, Fritz, Saginaw, Michigan, so that people quit asking me where I'm from. Because I'm from Saginaw, Michigan. I started playing Call of Duty on World at War. Shortly later, got into zombies on World at War. Kept going with the Call of Duty titles. Got into Black Ops, and pretty much after a few months, got right into zombies and played a little Dead Ops Arcade. Had some friends that liked it. Got into that probably March of 2011, and within about a month or two, played with some really good players. Got into it with them, and they ended up carrying me to round 94. That was Loke and Mikey G, who they're known as. And ever since then, been playing with Loke quite a bit. And now Loke, Frenzy, and I have some of the best, highest rounds in the world record. It was something different. They got all those zombie maps, and they were a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I love playing regular zombies, but playing Dead Ops Arcade was fun because you can get to a high round without putting a lot of time into it. It only takes about an hour and 15 minutes to hour and 30 minutes to get to round 40, whereas some of the other maps obviously take significantly longer in regular zombies. You can get to round 80 in about 6.5 hours, and you can get to 99 in about 12 hours. So, the rounds just go by a lot faster. So if you're looking for just a quick, short game screwing around, you can actually get to the point where it's a little bit more fun a lot faster. The game pace just goes by quicker. Well, obviously with Dead Ops Arcade, it's one hit, one kill basically. Where regular zombies, especially being Juggernaut, you can take multiple hits a few times. Dead Ops Arcade, you got to make sure you never get hit. Now you do get a certain amount of lives, where you don't get those in regular zombies. But when people start taking your lives, you can get to the point where you have no lives, and it's one hit, one kill, and the game can be over. After just one death. Sometimes when you're playing with some, more amateur players. I've always been one of those people that, when you get something, you just want to go further, and you want to see how much farther you can get, every time you play. And, it's kind of that drive, always wanting more. And, recently when we got to 160, I've been taking some time off, but all the way up until that point, the first time you get to 80, you want to beat it. First time you get to 40, you want to beat it. First time you get 99, well, the first time I got to 99, I decided to keep going rather than killing myself, because I wanted to see if we could get how far we could really get. First time we got to 120, I wanted to, I think a lot of us wanted to see if we could beat it, and we finally did, and we just always felt like we could get more, we could get farther. Now that we've gotten 160, I think we feel a little bit more content, partially because to go any farther than that really takes a lot more time. Well, the significance in Dead Ops Arcade of going to 160 is the fact that not a lot of people, every 40 rounds there's another boss round. So at round 40 there's one monkey, 80 there's two, round 20 there's 3 monkeys. And not a lot of people have been past 120. There's only one Xbox team that have beaten 120, but they actually lagged out before they could even get to 121. There's been, my team has beaten 120 twice. There's been about 3 other teams, if I remember correctly, that have beaten 120, but they, shortly after, they've lagged out and were unable to finish the games. And part of the problem that we run into with Dead Ops Arcade, as well as really any regular zombies map, is the games start taking so long at that point that you risk losing connection. It's not so much a matter of how far can you make it. If you can beat 120, you can probably make it quite a bit farther, but you risk losing your connection. So you're always fighting people lagging out, whether it's a regular lag out or it's a glitch from Dead Ops Arcade. A lot of people ask me, thinking that I might know, in Black Ops 2, is there going to be another Dead Ops 2? But they're not going to shed too much light on what all it's going to be like. They're probably going to give us some trailers, get us a little bit excited, but they're not going to tell you all about what kind of zombies there's going to be. And obviously, let's be honest here, Dead Ops is not the most popular zombies map. So they're not going to concentrate their efforts on trying to promote Dead Ops 2. But hopefully when the game comes out, it's just going to be a nice little surprise, just like it was in Black Ops. You can screw around the first 40 rounds all you want, and nowadays you can pretty much screw around the first 80 rounds. Sometimes when we're playing with the right guys, we really could screw around the first 110 rounds and not put too much effort into a game. But obviously, by the time you get to 110, 115, you got to start making sure that you're really conserving your lives, conserving your ammo, playing pretty smart, because 120 will eat you up pretty quick if you're not playing the right strategy. And I think that's how we've beaten 120 a couple times. It is having the right strategy, making sure having those people that are selfless, and the right people go aggressively and get the monkeys, and the right people that are being conservative and safe and staying back, rather than everybody have a lot of lives and start losing them altogether. You have some people losing lives a little bit faster than some other people, and that way you steal lives. And by stealing lives, you increase the chance of getting vehicles. And the vehicles can really make or break 120 sometimes. Like Dead Ops Arcade so much because you can really play it with any level player. You can, play it with some friends that are really good at it, and you guys can go for a high round. Or you can play it with just some random people sometimes when you just want to play a quick game. And when you're with randoms, you basically know that it's do or die. You got to make sure you stay alive that whole game, because if you die once, the game could be over. And that's what kind of makes it fun, that no matter what level team you have, you can really put the pressure on yourself.